Hello, friends. If you live on the eastern coast of the United States like I do, uh, you've probably had as many clouds as I've had, and are probably just as frustrated as I am. I've not been able to go outside and do what I love to do for weeks, maybe months now, and so I figured I'd post something helpful. What I mean by that is if you have one of these and you're not getting sharp views, it's probably because you need to collimate it. And if you ever tried to do that on a telescope like this, you've probably ripped your hair out like I've had many times. And what that means is aligning the mirror that's here, the primary, with the secondary mirror that's here, so you have a very sharp image coming out of here into your view piece or to your camera. The process, although it doesn't sound very difficult, is very annoying. And I'm going to go through those steps now with you so you can see, and maybe I can help someone out that's trying to do this. Let's get into it. Before anyone asks, I do not recommend using a 10-inch Newtonian or a telescope this big with the AM5 using the carbon fiber tripod. It might work, but I probably do not recommend it. It's very heavy, and if you get winds like I do here in New Jersey, I would be very nervous about doing it. So if you have an AM5 and you want to try something like this, I would buy a sturdier tripod than the TC40, which is this carbon fiber one. Or maybe if you have a pier, then this would be awesome. If you have a pier, you can hook this up, you're good. But on the carbon fiber tripod, I do not recommend. So to get started, there are many ways to do this process, and mine is not the only one, and it might not be correct to some of you, but it works for me, and I'm going to go through the steps now. Step one, you have to make sure that your secondary mirror that's in here is perfectly aligned to the center spot on your primary. Let me try to show you what that looks like. Oh, that is very dark. Hold on. Hey, that's better. So this is the secondary mirror. And down there, that's the big boy. That's the primary mirror. And I don't know if you can see. Let me see if I can zoom in. Oh, yeah. There's a donut. Oh, do you see the donut? It's a little circle. And therefore, the very first step is making sure that this secondary is aligned to that little donut or center spot down there. It doesn't look centered from here because of my camera angle, but that's the first step. How do we do that? This is what I do. So I just turn my telescope. Please don't fall. Oh, good. Okay, and I make it straight. And then what I do is I use a laser collimator, and I put it into here. And that laser, which I've made sure is very straight, hits the mirror in the secondary and then hits that donut all the way back there. Let's do it. So here is my cheap laser, which I've collimated myself, so I know it is very straight. I'm going to put it in here. And then I'm going to make sure it's nice and straight. Close my beta click lock. Turn this thing on. Okay, and now we're gonna look and see. Now, can I zoom in? I don't know if you can see it or not, but it is touching the center spot. It is touching the donut, but is not perfectly in the center of the donut. So what I'm gonna do is I really should have my light on. Can I turn the light on? Hold on. What a disaster this video is, huh? These holes here on the secondary, they're grub screws. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a little screwdriver and I'm going to turn these. And what that'll do is it'll move that red spot all the way down there. And that red spot will need to be in the middle of that circle, that donut. Oh, this is very blurry. I apologize. Can we make it less blurry? Yes. Okay, here we go. I'm going to turn these. Now, I'm going to turn Oh, that's pretty good. That was a minimal turn. Can I do a little bit more? Nope, too much. So I'm turning one of the, yeah. I don't know if you can see it, but that is spot on. Oh, it's blurry. So, you might not have as much luck as me, but basically what you want to do is you want to turn each one of these, which you can't see. This is great. And you turn them and you move that laser until it is in the middle of that spot back there. And once you're there, your secondary is aligned to the primary. So now what we're going to do now is switch to the back of the telescope to align our primary. Okay, so this is the primary, the back of the scope. These are locking screws, and these are the screws that move the mirror. Our laser, I don't know if you can see it, here we go, right there, is telling us we're a little bit off, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn these, and as I do this, actually this is probably a more interesting view. I'm going to turn the knobs in the back. Oh, that's pretty good right there. That looks pretty good right there. To me, that is really good. Let's see. Right there. That's awesome. So, let's look in the front. Hey, look. We still got right in the center of that donut. We're right there. And if we look here in our laser, we are dead center, and you would know that because there would be a little red light. Actually, let me do it so you would see it. There's the red light. If the red light goes in the middle, oh, I could do better than that. One. Nope. As you can see, like, just one little movement. Oh, right, I had it. Right there. That's perfect. So now that we've aligned the primary and secondary with laser, I'm going to use a very antiquated tool. And this is called the collimation cap. And it's got a little hole in the middle here. And I basically put it into the eyepiece. And I don't know how I'm going to do this. Will it work? Let's see if it'll work. Oh, maybe. I'll do this way, maybe. Oh, I'm sorry. Anyway, ooh. As you can see, there's a dot in the middle. A black dot, and that dot is in the middle of the donut. That's all the way in the back of the scope. Let me just make sure here myself. Yes, it is. And therefore, this is horrible. We know we are collimated. Almost done, I promise. So now I use this thing. It's called a Cheshire collimator eyepiece. And what this does, you can see it has a cross here. It visually lets me see if I am really aligned between my secondary and my primary, as in if the axes are absolutely aligned. And this is going to be torture to show you, but let's do it anyway, because why not? It's just been this whole video regardless. So let me do this, put this in here. One-handed, it's not fun. This. Can we do it? Will it work? Oh yeah. So as you can not see, kind of see, can I do this? How can I do this? Maybe this way? You can kind of see. Maybe not see. This is the most horrible video ever made. Oh, there, you could almost see it. That we are absolutely aligned to the middle of the telescope. So our collimation is good. And I'm going to torture you with one more thing. And last but certainly not least, there is this nifty tool called an Ocal collimator, and it is a camera you plug into your computer, and it gives you an image of your rings to make sure they're concentric, right? So that they are aligned. I'm going to show you what that looks like, and it looks like this. So the green circle is my focuser. The red circle is my primary mirror, and that is center spot is that donut that is in the back of my primary. And as you can see, we are dead center in that donut, and the blue circle is the Ocal camera, which is also centered. So this telescope is collimated. I wish I could now go outside and do a star test, but I cannot. So the next time that it's clear outside, I will show you guys how to do a star test to verify that your telescope is collimated. Thanks for watching.